guys! Welcome to Bridget's Budget Beauty once again. Thank you for watching. Today I'm going to be sharing with you kind of a DIY tutorial of how to cut 4 band t-shirts, and this is going to be a really easy project. All you're going to need is like a pair of scissors and something to kind of sketch or draw with, like a piece of chalk, a pen, or a pencil. I really wanted to share this video with y'all so that you could see, how I cut my band tees. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration. So thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. Okay, so this one is my Pink Floyd t-shirt. The thing that's cool about this one, and I love, is it's so sheer, it's so thin, it's a really soft, already vintagey, kind of worn in, distressed type of fabric. So this one, and because it fits so well and it feels so good, I'm not going to worry about like doing anything to the seams on sleeve or collar or on the bottom. This one, I just want to distress even more, give it more of a grunge feel, make it look even more lived in. So I'm going to be putting holes in this one. Okay, so that I don't damage the floor here, I have one of these shirt forms cardboard, but you can use any kind of cardboard to lay it down to protect your floor. And I'm going to lay my shirt down. You can actually put the cardboard in between the shirt if you want to add extra protection. Actually, I think I might try that because I don't want to go all the way through the fabric to the other side. So I'm going to focus in different areas on this shirt, kind of making little seams and little tears. It's really just random, but as you can see, what I'm going to do here is kind of gently running it over the shirt. See, I've already started to make some there. You can make them in various sizes, and by going like this, you're going to create multiple little holes. I like to get up here around the neck collar area of the shirt as well and give it a really distressed look. Just be really careful with your little fingertips here though, that you don't accidentally slip and cut yourself. That would not be good. That's another reason why I like my scissors to be a little bit more dull, so that I don't risk really cutting into myself. And these still are pretty sharp though, so I need to really use a lot of control and be careful with them. And you can make the holes all the way a little bit bigger, or you can keep them tiny and all over. But I like to vary the sizes just so that it doesn't look purposeful, so that it looks more naturally occurring. Okay, so next I have my Grateful Dead t-shirt. For this one, we're just going to be cutting away all the seams so that it doesn't look quite so finished. I'm going to be cutting the neck out, which is always a great thing to do for your tops because they can ride up kind of high and make you feel restricted when you're wearing them. The sleeves also tend to be a little bit longer on shirts like this, so I like to cut them a little bit. And then the bottom, because it's just a little too long, I don't like the finished edge. This one I'm going to cut a little bit too, so I'll show you how I do that and what it looks like in the end. Okay, so what will be nice about this one is we won't have to worry about putting anything under the surface really to protect. You can if you want to, but there's really no need for that. So the main thing that I want to focus on with this one is making sure that I get each arm sleeve the same, and that I carefully do the cutting around. It really just, to me, is about eyeballing. I'll start with the neck here, and I want to go around, not too much because I don't want it to scoop dramatically, but probably an inch in from the collar on both sides is where I'll start. And you can definitely measure this, and you can use a pen to measure this as well. So I have an ink pen, and the cap is usually a good way to measure. So using the cap, not this little pointed part here, but just the cap, I can draw a little tick mark on both sides so that I can get a good idea. And in the middle too, to kind of know where we're going with it. So now I have 3 marks, and you can kind of do a little dotted line if that helps. And the thing that's awesome about band tees is they don't have to be perfect. If you mess up, it's quite okay because it's just a band tee. They can be a little more grunge. So I'm going to give this a little slight tug. But now I'm going to move on to the sleeves, and I don't want to go in too much. So maybe I'll just use my pen again to determine how much I want to go in. Say I go in from the base of the sleeve over, and I can kind of draw a little dotted line up again from the base of the sleeve over, and a kind of a guesstimate. Oops. Yeah. And I'll just cut them out. All right, now again, I'm just going to give a little tug, and this will make the rough edges of the sleeve kind of curl and turn under, which will look a lot better. So now I want to kind of cut the bottom off like this. And I'm going to still have to eyeball a little bit, but not nearly as much because I've created tick marks. All right, so this doesn't look perfectly straight, but it's good enough for me. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shirt, and I'm gonna give it a little tug now. And there you go. It kind of curls on the bottom. Okay, so now I have a very oversized Nirvana t-shirt. And I love this t-shirt because I love black and white graphic tees. This is one of my favorites. But what I thought I would show you on this one is how to create kind of a muscle tank, I think it's called, where these sleeves drop way down low underneath, almost to the waist. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do that. Maybe I'll crop the neck just a little bit too. So I'll show you how I do this one. Okay, so I have my t-shirt laid out, and of course what I'm wanting to do is extend where this sleeve opens. So I want to extend down kind of far. Now you can either eyeball this, or you can use a pattern, or if you already have like a muscle tank type shirt, you can lay that down. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Now I'm not going to be able to use an ink pen. Preferably a white chalk or a white pencil would do the trick, but I have a silver Sharpie that I'm going to use. I'm kind of new at this, so I'd kind of like to try to use this as a template if possible. I kind of get it even on both sides by eyeballing it the best I can. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a little tick mark for the bottom where it's going to go, up here at the top. And then little dotted lines all the way down. You can just kind of measure to make sure. So all you have to do is extend that down. Then you can fold them over if you want and just double check that everything lines up okay. And if it doesn't, this is the point where you can really make adjustments if need be. Okay, so now I just want to cut out the collar, and I'm not going to like go down. I'm just going to simply cut out the collar right where the collar is. Carefully when you make your first cut, so last t-shirt of the 4, it's one of my favorites, and probably what we're gonna try to do is crop the bottom quite a bit, scoop the neck out quite a bit, and maybe even do another muscle tank type of cutout on the sleeves. And I'll show you another way that you can do that might work better to get more of a consistency, will make more of a symmetry between the two arms. Let's jump right on into this huge tee. I think what I want to do first is start off by removing as much of the bottom as I can. I'm gonna actually measure this time. 5.5 inches will be cut off. So I'm gonna start my first tick mark, and we're just gonna go from there. Now we're gonna try another method of doing the muscle tank. I want it to go to about here with leaving about that much. One of the differences to this method is we're only gonna do one side at a time. So now I'm going to determine how wide I want my shoulder to be. And I want it to be pretty thin. It doesn't have to be that wide at all, but it will curl. So I'm gonna go in like this. Now, measurements. On the bottom, we're gonna have about, let's say 7 inches up. And as far as the width of the shoulder, I'm gonna do about 4 inches. Now we're gonna fold it in half. And we're gonna line it up the best we can, making sure that we line up the necks correctly and the bottoms correctly, getting everything just lined up real well here. Now using my marker again, and keep in mind a chalk or a pencil, a white pencil would probably be working much better, mucho better. Now I can draw my little dots, and these I will follow because I want it to mirror the other side as much as possible. And now you can do your cut. All right, now we have 2 sides that are gonna mirror one another, and they're gonna look the same, and that's good. Now I want to do the same, and I wanna cut this out. So I'm gonna start at 0, and I'm gonna go out to where I'm at a 1, and I'm gonna make a tick mark. Same thing all the way around, starting at 0, going out to the 1. So that beyond my collar is only about 1 millimeter. Since everything has already been cut and we're finished with the cutting, now I'm gonna do the slight tug of everything. Okay guys, so here's another quick look at those band tees once again. This can make for a fun and easy afternoon DIY project that can turn any oversized t-shirt into a cool statement top. It can be great for high-waisted shorts or your favorite denim jeans. I hope you liked my video, and if you have any comments, please leave them below. I appreciate all your subscriptions and look forward to my next video with you. Bye-bye!